When South Africa had toured India the last time in 2019, Kass Naidoo was doing videos for us at Women's Cricket Zone, and she had given a lovely little tag name or nickname to South Africa's superstar Mignon du Preez, calling her the Madonna of South African cricket. It's 2021. South Africa are here in India, and it's a pleasure to have Mignon du Preez back on Beyond the Boundary, powered by Vespa and Aprilia.
You're late.
Don't just live life, maxify it.
Hi Mignon, I know you love that tag. Is it still in your mind? And how are you?
Hello, thank you for having me again. Yeah, that was quite special to be called the Madonna of Cricket by Kass Naidoo. It's special, but I think a lot has happened since then. We've gone through a worldwide pandemic, which was pretty scary, but it's just good to be back finally playing cricket again.
Right, it's been a while since you're playing cricket, the WBBL and then the Pakistan series. How's it been playing cricket after the pandemic? Any different?
No, I think the one thing that's really, it's kind of just given us a little bit of perspective. Like once something that you've been doing all this time being taken away, you actually missed it. I think the first few weeks of not playing cricket, it was actually nice. It was refreshing. We just came off the World Cup and it was quite a roller coaster ride. So to get a bit of off time was much needed. But then when we realized, oh boy, we don't know when we're going to start playing again, I think we started missing it, and that hunger to play again and get back on the park was really there from all the girls. We were quite fortunate that we got to play Pakistan in January back home. I think that was the first time that we got together after the World Cup in March last year in Australia. So our first few games, we were also a little bit rusty, but I think all in all, we still managed to win the series 3-0. And I think what was good about that series is we know that when we play subcontinent teams, they always bring a lot of spinners, and we could work on some options against spin, and I think that really helped us this time around when we played in India.
Yeah, in the WBBL, you were playing with Meg Lanning. Did you tell me what it was like playing with her, and did you manage to get out any secrets from that successful Australian side?
Well, Meg Lanning, we all know she's a world-class cricketer, and it was an amazing experience to get to play with her again. I played with her in a small stint in the first Big Bash, but then there was a little bit of a break, so to be back playing with her was really nice. I think it's just when you look at her, she keeps things really simple and she's really focused when she prepares. But what I actually enjoyed a little bit more this time around in the Big Bash bubble is I got to see a different side of Meg, not just Meg the cricketer, but also Meg off-field becoming a friend, and I really enjoyed getting to know her better off the field.
Oh, that's interesting to know. Let's come back to this series, the India-South Africa series. Tell me more about your preparations ahead of the series. Did you expect spin? Did you get what you expected? What was all that about?
Yeah, I think for me, I didn't have the best of series against Pakistan, so I was a little bit frustrated with my own performance. So I think I went back and I just did a little bit of self-reflection and decided, for me, I just need to go back to keeping things simple, having a little bit of patience. I think we've played a lot of T20 cricket recently, and I think in 50-over cricket, you've got so much more time than you think. So it's just about getting patience back and being calm at the crease and spending a longer time in the middle. So I think that was a few things, and I tweaked something small in my setup just to help a little bit with my balance. And other than that, yes, I think we all knew that coming to India, we usually bring a seam attack and maybe have one or two spinners, and we get the opposite from them. They've got one or two seamers and probably 4 or 5 spinners. So we definitely knew that we were going to be up against a lot of spin, and I think it's just to have nice and clear plans when it comes to playing spin. I think with playing seam, it's usually quite easy. It's just see ball, hit ball. But sometimes with spin, there's a lot of things that goes through my mind. Should I sweep, reverse sweep? You know, there's a few more shots that you premeditate and to play them at the right time. So for me, it was just about keeping it simple, not overthinking too much, and just play the ball as I see it.
Right. Your reverse sweeps, everything have helped you so far. You scored, you've been amongst the runs. But tell me, a lot of it is spoken about that you have reinvented your game for T20s. You've added the 6-hitting ability to your game. How has that helped in the longer format, the 50-over format?
Yeah, I think it's nice to know just when I play 50 over cricket now, that I don't have to worry too much about the run rate and scoreboard pressure, because I know I can catch up. I think that is the biggest thing. In the past, probably if I fall too far behind the run rate and I know I can't clear the boundary, I think scoreboard pressure got to me a bit quicker, because then I thought, listen, I have to try something. Where now I actually have a lot more time, and I will always catch up. So I'm not really too worried about the amount of balls I face. I think for me it's important, if I'm there in the middle and there at the back end, I know I can capitalize, or that I can catch up. And something that I've taken a little bit from the T20 format into the 50 over cricket as well was just not to think too much about which shot I want to play, but rather identify some areas of space, so where the gaps are, and actually just when the ball comes, play it in the specific area, just placing the ball, not trying to overheat it.
Yeah, we've seen Mignon du Preez as a regular fixture in that South African middle order. Lara Goodall has been one of the other shining stars. She's also, of course, on her second tour to India. She flew under the radar last time. What has it been batting with that left-hander in the middle? And she's really grown leaps and bounds, hasn't she?
Yes, I think I've really enjoyed batting with Lara, and I think our left-right-hand combination really complements each other pretty well. I mean, she's a really exciting youngster, and I know she's got a big 100 to play for the Proteas for a long time. So it's pretty special to see that her hard work was actually paying off. She recently got the news that she received a maiden contract for Cricket South Africa. So that's really special. And I'm excited to see what her future is going to hold. But yes, she's a very exciting cricketer. And like you mentioned, she's worked a lot on different options, especially I think playing spin. She's really comfortable against playing the spinners. So it was really nice getting to spend some time in the middle with her. And I think that ODI, where she stayed in and she was there at the end, getting a nod out and taking the team over the line, was really special for her.
Yeah, and South Africa, I remember, won 4-1 in this ODI series. And I have to ask this, what is the secret of this South African unit? Your main skipper, Dane van Niekerk, is not there, all right. You come with Sunil Lee. She didn't play 2 games. Laura Wolvaardt led the side. She looked as calm as ever. You won the games. What is it about this South African unit?
I think we currently have a really good blend of experienced players and really exciting youngsters. And like you mentioned, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride with some injuries and illness and niggles. So I think the important thing is every player really stepped up when needed. I think the girls really, whenever they got given an opportunity, grabbed it with both hands. And I just think it's fun. It's nice to see that the talent pool in South Africa is growing, and that the girls are really using their opportunities and contributing to the team. So like you mentioned, I mean, Laura, on the morning of the third ODI, Sinead was actually still trying to warm up, and then we saw Laura got called and got given the opportunity to step up as captain, and she's done such a wonderful job. I think she won the toss, she won the game. We all know what a good cricketer she is when it comes to batting, but she's got a really good cricket brain. So to really see her embracing the opportunity to captain, and she actually, I think, said in one of the interviews, she enjoyed it more than she thought she would. So I think that's also exciting to see the leadership group of the future Momentum Proteas growing.
Right, let's lastly kind of wind up this chat by looking forward to the T20s, 3 T20s to be played all night games. Personally, will you be making any changes, or you can tell us more about that, and what's the strategy that South Africa might probably change going into the T20s from the 50-over format?
Well, we actually haven't really thought too much about the T20s yet. We're only having our first training session this afternoon. So I think that's probably when we'll go back and just change the format. In general, T20 is a fun part of cricket. So that's where you can really go, play with freedom, express yourself, and be very innovative. So I think the girls are really excited. It's been a hard-fought ODI series, and to now go out and just have fun and enjoy yourself. And obviously, we don't always get an opportunity to play day-night cricket. So to play under lights, that would be a really good experience as well. But I think, just a change now is we'll probably play with a little bit more freedom, and you'll take a little bit more risk. I think in ODI cricket, you really look at the risk versus reward quite often, and you might take the more conservative route. Where in T20 cricket, I think kind of when in doubt, you have to go hard and you have to back yourself and be positive. So I think that's the only little change that I would like to make. And like I said, again, it's all about just having fun and expressing yourself.
It's all about having fun indeed. Thank you for your time, Mignon. It was a pleasure chatting with you as always. It's never a dull moment with you around. Thanks for your time.
No, it's a big pleasure. Thank you for having me and for making the time. It's always a pleasure to chat to you too.